There's nothing special about today. It's just another normal run. But now I think it's time I stop beating around the bush. And I just finally say that in 9 months, I'm running my first marathon. And now I'm not announcing what race or my time goal or anything like that. I just finally felt it was necessary to say I'm running my first marathon. But just because that race is 9 months away doesn't mean I can slack off and say, oh, I've got time to get ready for that race. No, because the work starts now. I've already started the work, working back into running after this injury. I already have that race in mind. Everything that I do today and tomorrow and the next day is for my first marathon race in 9 months. And I want to dive deeper into why I'm waiting for 9 months to run my first marathon and just the patience it requires to reach my goal of running my first marathon and the time goal that I think I'm gonna set. It all requires patience over these next 9 months and just building up my speed and my endurance. On the surface, this entire journey of mine and pushing to do a full marathon, on the surface it seems that this entire journey started with me running my first half marathon, which after I ran my first half marathon, my mom asked me a simple question: do you think you'll ever run another one? And I didn't need time to think. The answer felt obvious. Not just yes, but yes and much more. And really, that much more line is so important to me and just how I do things, because yes, I wanted to do that half marathon, but that half marathon was just a checkpoint. That's just one rung on the ladder of what I want to accomplish, because I always want to do more. No matter what it is that I'm doing, I always want more. And this half marathon was just one of those things where it's like, this is just a checkpoint on my journey. So yeah, now I'm going to be running my first marathon. And who knows? I already want to do ultras, Ironmans, all these things, not because they're impressive, but because I want to see what I'm capable of. And I love to challenge myself mentally and physically. And these races are the perfect opportunity to do that. And I want to just keep taking it a step further. And I said that on the surface, it seems this all started with my running and me running my first half marathon. And that's just not the case, because in reality, it came from me playing soccer. And that's because I've lost more games than I can count. Big games too. And another thing with soccer that I went through was that I went as a striker or a forward. I meant to score goals. That's my one job. And I went 2 years without scoring. And 2 years of work that seemed to be for nothing. I had nothing to show for it. And that's, as a soccer player, that's hard to go through. But I kept pushing, I kept putting in the work. And then one day, it all just clicked. I started scoring again. My team started winning more games. And it's not just because of all of a sudden something changed just like that. It's because I continued to put in the work and I continued to keep pushing more. And that's where this much more mentality has come from. So when I say I'm running a marathon in 9 months, I don't hope that the marathon works out. I don't hope that I reach my time goal. I know I'm going to reach my time goal. I know that maybe in 9 months at this my first at my first marathon, that maybe I won't reach my time goal, but guess what? I'm gonna go run another one then. And I'm gonna keep running them until I reach my goal. And that's just me. And then once I reach my goal, I'm gonna take it a step further, because that's how I function. And that's why I'm gonna be running marathon in 9 months, and that I'm willing to put in the work with little to show for it. I'm willing to train alone and do the quiet work. So on race day, in 9 months, I reach my goal, and then I also surpass my goal. That's why I'm training 9 months in advance for a single race, my first ever marathon. So that's where my mentality comes from, and really just why I do what I do, and I train the way I do, and how I chase my goals, and really just why I'm running my first marathon in 9 months without any other races on the calendar. But these next few months, 1, 2, 3 months, whatever it ends up being, I'm going to be training specifically just slow running, no fast running. And if you want to see why I'm only going to be running slow and really the benefits of slow running, you can watch this video right here all about the benefits of slow running and how it actually makes you faster. So go watch that if you want to. Thank you for making it this far, and I'll see you in the next one.